Art comes in many different forms. On this episode of Youth on the Move, we bring you a young man who twists words into lyrical virtuoso and an organization with a unique approach to combat poverty.
Ukizaliwa late 80s nje ya wedlock, especially kama mamako ni hustler kwa town ndogo ya ushago, unafaa kujua attachment ni expensive.
Meet Mutuma Mutua, stage name Dolphinage, a gifted lyrical virtuoso who uses his creative ability as a writer and performer to express the human experience.
Hata kama kujiamini ilikuwa tatizo despite kurudi home na zawadi nyingi, feeling less favored hata kama ulikuwa favorite kwa wengi.
For this young man, spoken word is more than just poetry, but an artistic form of self-realization.
Alafu mimi ndio ule mse believe in commitment, na hii kwangu ni kama ndoa, uliza mahali utasikia mahari nilishatoa.
His performances travel from the anguish of the personal to the uncertainties of living in a broken world.
Most of the times unajipata uko sad wishing mama angeishia.
Life is a journey that has a lot of different parts.
Najua kuna kiangazi na kuna time ya mvua.
I didn't choose this. It sort of chose me. You know, there was nothing artistic about me all through primary school and, you know, most part of high school. You know, when I got to high school, that's when I got introduced to arts, you know, like just music and, you know, I started, sort of developing a love for it, you know, feeling like, yeah, I would love to try this out. And then I think somewhere along the way, when I was in Form 3, I changed schools. And then I went and found some guys who used to rap, like in the school that I went to. And I was like, what? You know, like, you mean you can just do this? And so I think that's when I started writing. And then after high school, you know, we merged up with some guys and then started, you know, sort of singing around. And then when I went to college, that's when now I started performing. You know, I started performing, but now because I didn't have any instrumentation or anything, so I would just go and perform my words, right? And then someone, you know, some people started calling it spoken word. I was like, oh, you do spoken word? I was like, oh, that's what it's called. And I think from there on, I now started looking up into it, you know, like doing my research, watching videos, and then following up on the scene. I was still in Meru then, so I started following up on the scene, sometimes watching TV and, you know, see, you know, there was Slum Africa somewhere, there was Wamatai Live, something, you know. So I followed up from, and then I was like, I would love to be a part of that, you know. So when I got a chance to come to Nairobi, you know, the first thing I did is, you know, try to connect with the guys who used to organize those events. And here we are.
Najua nitatua, najua kuna kiangazi na kuna time ya mvua. Najua dua la kuku halimukusema we.
They say great ideas are at times born out of the most unexpected circumstances, or in Dolphin's case, unexpected individuals.
I was a very shy kid. Like, I didn't speak much when I was a kid. Like, I wasn't very outspoken, you know. And then somewhere along the way, I think the need to speak out, because I felt like I had so much to say, so much I needed to speak out. And so sort of that now, the need to say what I felt I needed to say, sort of overcame that you know, shyness, that kind of timid demeanor that I used to have. And I think, so it takes different pieces at different experiences, right? Because sometimes it might be something I've seen, like, and then I feel like I need to react to that. Other times it could be something I've been thinking about for years, you know. Other times it could be just me revisiting my life, you know. And so and other times it could be just a need to, you know, probably because there's something coming up, or other times it's just someone sort of provokes you, right? or someone asks you to do something and then you have to now try find, like the right piece for that. So, or just create a new one. Yeah, so it's different experiences altogether. Niliambiwa nitakuwa nikikuwa, mimi nakwambia utakuwa ukitaka kuwa, anza saa hii kutafuta 3 nje ya D.
Every creative has a personal process in which ideas are generated. Some may develop as a result of quenching the turmoil in life, while others sparked as a way of creating a vocabulary for the feelings that don't easily feed into formative language.
I don't think there's a typical creative process for me, at least for me, because each piece really is an experience in itself. Like it comes from a different place. Because when I'm creating, I have an image in my head. Like I don't know exactly how it's going to end or how it's going to go, but I have an image in my head of what I expect that piece to be, of what I'm trying to say, what I would like that piece to capture, right? So when I'm done writing and I feel like the image in my head and the piece that is on paper, or maybe it's just a phone, sometimes these days you can just type it on the phone, and I feel like this translates to what I have in my head, then I know I have a good piece. Later on in life, itachukua more than mathematics lessons kabla ulan ku count your blessings. Yoni baada ya kugonga decade na kabla ulan ku appreciate mother. Around the same time.
In a broader sense, spoken word is a creation of imagination, describing an experience in a way deemed beautiful than ordinary speech. The beauty of the art is that it may be inspired by both the bad and the ugly, or make us aware of a social evil. We were curious to find out what inspires his words.
The things that I feel are matters of urgency, really. Right? And I feel like our realities of the day, that's a matter of urgency. Right? Our politics of the day, whether it's our experiences. I write about my personal experiences also. I think it's liberating because we're speaking about things we don't necessarily speak about. Right?
Over years, poetry in its many forms has played an immense role in educating society on diverse life issues. The modern musical landscape of Kenya is one of the most diverse and vibrant of all African countries. But underinvestment, ineffective management of intellectual property rights, and rampant piracy have prevented the industry from realizing its economic potential and left its artists struggling to earn a living.
We live in a system that depends on capital, depends on money, right? So in a way, if something doesn't translate economically at a certain level, people have to try something else that translates economically. I can't really say it's not something you can do if you're trying to get rich off it, like per se, because how many people do we know that have gotten rich out of being artists? Okay, there's a few, but it's not that many.
Paradoxically, the very diversity of Kenya's musical scene represents a key challenge to developing a sustainable industry. Despite this, what keeps him going?
It's come with a lot of sacrifices, all right? And I think, in a way, I sort of understood. Right? Even coming from Meru to Nairobi, I knew it's never going to be easy for me, right? Because I had to win, like I had to conquer Nairobi first. Like I had to conquer like the spaces that and then I had to. Now after that, there's people who are from here. They have an edge over you, right? So if you come without that kind of awareness that you're coming into territory that you're disadvantaged, then it means you're going to expect things to work easy, and they're never going to be easy, right? So, and I think that for me that awareness sort of prepared me for a struggle. And because that's what it's been. And then from that, now it's about cultivating relationships, and now also working in your craft, because at the end of the day, excellence is going to set you apart. If you're not excellent at what you do, then people can always, say, But when you're good at what you do, even when people want to sideline you, they can't ignore that you're there.
Too many people miss the silver lining because they're expecting gold. Even though Dauphin's journey comes with a lot of ups and downs, he was quick to mention some of his highlights.
Some of my major highlights, they've been me doing my own events, because there's, I've had like some concept events, you know, where it's basically Dauphin and either I have a band backing me up and I have a few other featured artists, but for the most part it's like 70% it's me, you know, sharing my work. I've been to Arusha like twice. Some guys saw me perform somewhere, and so they were looking for artists to go to that festival, and so they saw me performing somewhere, and they were like, you know, we like what you're doing, and you know, would you be available for this? And yeah, I was like, cool. Right? So we went for the first time was 2014. And then the next year was happening again, so we went back again, and it was a really good experience. I networked with people from various places. I made a few friends from Tanzania, you know, people that I have, you know, that we've become friends, you know, over the years. Certain discoveries can drive you mad. Hata kama with time learn to appreciate life yako baada ya kujua despite of your experiences kwa hard. Other kids have had it worse. Ni sad that kuna watoto wengi hawana chance ya meet their dads. Kids wako fathered na deadbeats. Reason streets zina flood. So at least tuko glad.
Our lives are stories in which we write, direct, and star in the leading role. Some chapters are happy, while others bring lessons to learn. But we always have the power to be the heroes of our own adventures. Aspiring poets and spoken word artists, here are some quick tips to get you going.
Artist is, one, you have to be patient, you know. It takes time. It takes time to be a good artist. Yeah. And other thing is get good. Yeah. Like really get good, invest in excellence. And that could mean you have to read a lot. That could mean that you have to, you know, work on your craft, master your craft. That way, you know, let the craft speak for itself before anything. No man is an island, you know. You can't do it alone. At some point you will need other people, and that means that, you know, you have to learn people, you know, relations, you know, like you have to learn how to relate with people and engage with people. Let the art make you a better person. Try to make sure that people can see themselves in what you do and that, because we're a reflection of the society we're in, and but at the same time we want to make it better, but we can't make it better if you're not trying to be better ourselves. Najua litatoa.
Najua litatua. Najua kuna kiangazi.
Na kuna time ya mvua.
Last week on The Scope, Peter Olwoch, a website administrator and an online stock market analyst, took us through online marketing for small businesses. Today, we shall delve deeper into the subject. Marketing used to be all about spending money. If you could outspend your competitors, there was a good chance you could take over a large portion of the market share. Creativity played a part, but being successful often came down to dollars spent. Today, however, marketing is more complicated. So what is the best online strategy for a beginner?
When I started talking to people about the stock market, what I did basically is to try to broadcast the messages that I was passing out. The messages of saving, the message of investing, the message of the possibility of growing your money, and us all getting wealthy and us all getting millionaires. I would post the messages on on 4 channels. I would post the messages on Facebook to get people interested. I would post the messages on Twitter to get people interested. I would post the messages on YouTube, and I would also post the messages I started on WhatsApp before I moved to Telegram. Now I'm on Telegram, and we have close to 12,000 people who are following up the message. So what I did was multi-platform way. My strategy was a multi-platform way of reaching out to people.
One of the best things about digital marketing is the data we are able to mine, especially in regard to engagement and efficacy of campaigns in relation to a specific target audience. However, when it comes to creative content, results can be difficult to measure and, more importantly, understand. Therefore, how is success of an online business measured?
Any business that you start, you want it to grow. And so for me, how do I measure growth? Growth is by money coming in. Of course, you are teaching them to save and invest, but behind this teaching, there's a business, and the business is you have to sell your books. And so for me, how do I measure? I measure by selling books. How many books have I sold? Let's say I start month 1. Month 1, did I sell 1 book? Month 2, did I sell 2 books? Month 3, did I sell 4 books? Month 5, did I sell 10 books? 1 year later, did I sell 100 books or 200 books? Or is just you just sold 1 book for a whole year? So for me, by the books, by selling more and more books, then I'm able to measure that, okay, I'm growing.
Parting shot?
Build the brand slowly. You can't give up in 1 year. You can't give up in 10 years. You must continue. Rome was not built in a day. Building anything takes time.
Creating an effective digital marketing strategy is an absolute must in today's business world. Therefore, stay ahead of the trends to ensure your company is seen as the authority within your industry. After the break, it's an organization with a unique approach to combat poverty.
Tomorrow on She.
Marry when you're a little bit older, because as you get older, I think you get stronger in knowing who you are.
At some point I was in a relationship, and then someone tells you you've changed, and it's not that you've changed, you've grown.
We don't throw away people because they don't agree with us. No, we must learn how to work with the difference.
We are talking about who am I.
It's tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.
Poverty in Kenya has been on the decline in the last decade due to its growing economy. However, 46% of the nation's population is still far too high of a percentage to be living below the poverty line because poverty impacts all aspects of daily life. Lucy Chepchumba, one of the co-founders of Good Kenyans Foundation, is passionate about building equity and closing the achievement gap for kids coming from low-income backgrounds.
Good Kenyan is a non-profit to equip, mentor, and empower youth from underprivileged backgrounds. We do this through 3 main projects, which is Daraja, which empowers youth from very poor homes as they transition to high school.
The organization has a variety of projects like the Mwanzo, Daraja, and Pepea. The Mwanzo project, for example, applies a mix of learning methods that makes cohorts through different modules of these diverse methodologies.
So Menzo program works with youth who have cleared KCSE or high school in Kenya. We are currently just in Nairobi, and we focus with youth from Kibera and some few from other parts of Nairobi. So what we do is that we take these young people through a 3-month program, and the program has set curriculums in basics of ICT, which is basically to learn to use the computer and work from a computer. And then we also teach them a basics of entrepreneurship. And the idea around that is first to make them be aware of what's available, opportunities that are available within them, how they can use that opportunity to make money.
According to Lucy, providing young people with resources and access to them are the most influential factors in the making it or breaking it. That's the inception of the Mwanzo project.
So what we do in the program is to try and show them You can work towards your college, you can work towards your future, but in the meantime, you can make money to be able to live the daily, to take care of your daily needs. And that's what that Basics of Entrepreneurship program does. They set up businesses and they do run real businesses, and then I've assisted the processes of that business. One of the other things that we teach them is to make products using their hands. We teach them how to make packaging products, which are gift boxes, packaging boxes for the cottage industry. But the young people then are encouraged to be innovative and make other products. So some of them have made desktops, they've made coasters, just something that you can make and then earn a living. And then after that, now they're taught Basics of Entrepreneurship, which then ties in with what you've learned. You've made this product, then how do I sell it? How do I get it to the market?
Evelyn Kagema, Program Coordinator at the Foundation, tells us more about this unique enterprise.
Good Kenyan is able to look for customers and to have our very own students who have learned from our art and design classes to make the boxes, and some of them have really perfected that craft. So we have them make these boxes, and then we are able to split the profit. So part of it goes to 50% goes to the program, it goes back to the program, to our main core offering, which is the training, and then 50% goes back to their pockets. How this has impacted them is that some of them, we are here to impact them, and especially for the long term, but we find that so many students have the challenge of even upkeep and how to come back to class every other time. Some of them are going to school and they do not have fare. Some of them need food, and that is why we have this program. They are able to even afford to miss out on a kibarua so that they can come to class and dedicate their time to classes.
With the internet, we are now living in a direct consumer-based society. So what strategies does Good Kenyan use to obtain what they need and want?
We do a lot of marketing. We do a lot of social media, just talking about our products, helping to reach out through events. We do a lot of events in terms of fundraising, and that is where we get to showcase our products. Good Kenyan also has a very dynamic community of networks, and we also get a lot of clients through people who know us, people who have interacted with us before, who are able to now refer other clients to us. We've had quite a large range of clients, from the really big clients like Google to individuals who just want one box. So it has been mainly through events, marketing through social media, word of mouth, and also our large pool of people.
A study gift box is a great gift box, and part of the reason why people spend the extra dollars on premium gift boxes is because they're reliable. In fact, many people judge the value of a gift not by how much it's worth, but how it's presented by the gifter.
Our gift boxes, the designs and the sizes, they vary depending on what the customer needs. So we usually listen to the customer, we assess their needs, and we come up with a product that is going to serve them. So as you can see, they are in various designs, shapes, and sizes. If you want a brown box, like a plain brown box, this is what we do. If you want it to be covered inside, we are able to do something very nice with the Ankaras, depending on your need. Some of them are Masai shuka covered. This is a very nice one for a gift or even for accessories for storages. They also come in different shapes. If you want a round box, if you want one that is totally covered in Ankara, this is what we are able to do for you. Also for office stationery, if you want to store things, this is a very nice holder, a pen holder, that we also make from materials that our students are able to do and also earn a profit from it. There are different sizes. They can be covered in whatever color that you want, depending also on the brand colors that you have. So maybe your brand color is green. We are able to play around with that color so that it also doesn't go away from your theme. Another product that we have is the jewelry box. I feel like many ladies have this problem. We have a jewelry box holder that is divided and people are able to store the different maybe earrings or rings, they are able to separate them so that they don't get tangled up. So this is one of our latest products. And yeah, so depending on the need that you have, we are able to come up with a design for you. We are able to maybe divide and also keep them stored very well for you.
What ties in the entire program is a unique aspect of their model that's deeply connected with the organization's name. Good Kenyan connects volunteer mentors of good standing in Kenyan society with the young and vulnerable youth to invest in their personal growth and transform their life trajectory.
Each young person who comes to our program, we pair them with a mentor. Our mentorship is a structured mentorship program that lasts for a year. So within the program, during the 3 months, you get to see your mentor monthly. And then after the program, you get to see your mentor quarterly. And this mentorship is structured in a way that you set the goals, you lead the young person is equipped to lead the process. So you set the goals, and the mentor's work is to hold you accountable, to share their experiences, how maybe they maneuvered a certain challenge that you are going through, and also to sort of remind you the things that you wanted to do, to give you connections. One of the biggest things that's coming out of the mentorship process is just the networks and the connection.
One such beneficiary goes by the name David Washira, an economic student from the University of Nairobi who was among the cohorts of the mentorship program.
I was given somebody who is majorly in the economics, I'm at the finance bit. My journey with him has been, let's say, I can just explain it by saying it's been successful since he has been there for me, like both my academic life, social life, and the experience that he has brought to me, my question and everything, yeah, it's been there for me.
For the Good Kenyan Foundation, the sky is the ultimate limit and nothing will stop them from achieving their dreams.
We did not have any trust fund, we did not have any money to start this. We just had the heart to do it. We had met people and had connections and friends that we feel can bring together. We do this to the beneficiaries that we serve. But one of the biggest things that we are also trying to cultivate is a culture of giving Kenyans. So our projects are funded by 30% by the Kenyans, individual Kenyans like you and I, who give you 1,000 shillings a month, who give you a gift, who come and volunteer and say, I can do 1, 2, 3 tasks for you so that you don't have to pay for that task. Once in a while I have time, I can do 1, 2, 3. And also who mentor. So our mentors are all pro bono mentors. So they're not being paid and you're helping this person that you don't know is a stranger. And that's for me, I think is another big aspect. Beyond what we do to these young people who join our program, I think the idea to just cultivate Kenyans to give of their time and of their resources is really amazing. And the support that we have and the intention that people call us and say, I want to do this, I want to do this, is really amazing, and the positivity that's in this country and the goodness that's in people.
Kenyans are blessed with great plenty. We're a generous people and we have a moral obligation to assist those who are suffering. That's it for tonight's show. Remember, you can share your thoughts, questions and comments to the SMS line 20316 or WhatsApp 0786 316 316. Also, you can now stream your favorite programs on the go on our YouTube page, Family Media. As you enjoy, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button to get instant reminders of our latest shows.